my god! Glide like a hot hatch. What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. And today we're on the E350. The last couple of videos have been on the Boxster, and to be honest with you, it has been hell. So I've decided to take the easy approach and actually give the E350 some love. So not only is it my birthday, but today's the day we get the suspension sorted. So if this is the first video you're catching and you're new to the channel, why not hit the subscribe button, go back and check out the previous videos on both the Mercedes and the Porsche Boxster. Now in a previous video I fitted yellow speed racing coilovers to the E350, and the reason I did that is I wanted a stiffer suspension, but I wanted to be able to lower the ride height to cope with the new wheels. And I didn't just want to put springs on and shocks on, I wanted to be able to adjust it fully. But basically when I fitted the kit, I actually set it up kind of as a standard setting, and to be honest with you, it's not giving me any benefit. And I've been driving it for the last 5 months, kind of bedded the kit in, and I'm just not feeling that the kit is set up right. But that's all going to change in today's video, because we're heading down to Centre Gravity in Overton, and they are going to give the suspension a full overhaul and set it all up correctly. We're talking camber, caster, toe, tracking, you name it, they're going to set it up, and also the ride height. So yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's get on, let's get the car down there, let's get it set up. So we've made it to Centre Gravity, and the Mercedes is waiting to go in. So before we go in, if you remember, I put the suspension kit on the E350 and I set it as close to standard as I could. And as you can see, the gap probably on the back wheels isn't that good. And if we go around to the other side, on the passenger side, again, you can see that gap's fairly big. It shouldn't be that big, it needs to be dropped down a little bit. And the front on this side, passenger side, is kind of, I think it's a little bit lower than the driver's side. So all of this needs sorting out. So yeah, let's get it in, let's get it done. So as you can see, the E-Class is on the ramp, and we've had all the tyre pressures set up. We've got some ballast in the boot because I haven't got much fuel in the car. So now we're going to get the alignment equipment set up on the car, and yeah, get started and see how the setup goes. Okay, with the targets fitted, we can now get our baseline figures, or how the car is currently set up. No surprise, the geometry is all over the place. Pete then moves around the car and does the ride height measurements, again giving us a baseline figure to start with. With the baseline figures in, Pete now moves on to doing the first initial setup of the suspension. So the wheels are off the car, Pete quickly checks the preload on the springs, and all is not what it seems.
Now there's what, a mil or two of spring slap. So we'll undo that and we'll reset the preload on the front springs, and then we'll change the height.
Okay, so I'm not sure what happened there, but Pete sets the preload correctly before moving on to setting the ride height. So with the preload set correctly, the ride height set to where we want it to be, Pete moves on to the passenger side. So to ensure that we could adjust the passenger side, we had to give the threads on the shock a bit of a clean up first. So with the preload set correctly on the passenger side, all Pete needed to do was the ride height. So Pete moves on to replacing the old drop links with the universal ones that came with the kit that I never got round to fitting. So taking the drop links off, and as you can see, these were the drop links, the adjustable drop links that came with the kit that I never fitted, and you can see the difference in the length. Obviously these are adjustable, and they go almost to the same length as the standard ones, but because of the kit that we were fitting, I don't think we'll need them that long. But yeah, so now we're going to get these on the car and see what they look like. So Pete's done some measurements and set the drop links to the correct length. He's locked them off, marked them up, ready for fitting. So the drop links get fitted, but they don't get tightened up until the final stage of the setup. the drop link on and the front suspension is set up for the first kind of initial height damper settings on the front. Now the front setup, Pete moves to the rear suspension, and here he removes the tension from the springs with some spring compressors. This enables him to drop the lower arm, drop the spring out, drop the spring platform out, so we can set the height correctly before refitting it. So with the platform off, Pete sets it to the correct ride height before refitting it. To make sure that we can adjust the ride height in the future, we grease up the platforms before refitting them. So with the ride height set, we refit the spring and the compressor and we nip the suspension bolts up. These will all be torqued up at the end of the suspension setup. We've now got the spring back in place, the damper's been set up, and we've just got to do some fine adjustment when it gets the other side complete, and we get the wheels on, we get it down and see what it initially looks like. So now what we're going to do is move on to the other side. So we simply repeat exactly the same as what we did on the driver's side. We release the tension from the spring, we drop the arm out, drop the spring out, drop the platform out, set the ride height, grease everything back up before refitting it. Final ride height check to make sure both sides are equal before we refit the wheels and drop it back down. So as you can see, the car does look a lot lower. Obviously it needs to settle and there's some more work that we need to do. So what Pete's just done, he's took it up the road. He's going to run it up and down the road a couple of times and then bring it back, and then we can like kind of assess what the car looks like in terms of its ride height, whether it's sitting right or not. Then it will go back on the ramp, and then we'll do some more kind of work in terms of the geometry. I say it's Pete that's doing it all.
.618 and 598.
Okay, so the initial thoughts is that we need to lift the back up a little bit, and we're going to drop the front a little bit more, just to get that balance right. We feel that probably lost a little bit too much tyre on the rear and not enough on the front, but obviously we need to make sure that we've got the right clearance and the car drives right. So I'm going on the guidance of Pete on this. So let's get it back in, get it on the ramp. With the initial setup of the suspension now done and it back on the ramp, before we change anything again, Pete takes some more measurements. So with the ride height measurements taken again, Pete then tackles the front suspension. This is quite simple, and you can do this with the wheels on. The rears, on the other hand, aren't as easy. The adjusters will not move with them under tension, so we've had to drop the lower arms off again, readjust them as we did before, and then refit them. Okay, so we've got the second setup. We've adjusted the front and rear dampers, dropped the front a little bit, lifted the rear. Now Pete's going to take the car off the adjuster state, let it settle, and then bring it back, and we'll see how the car's sitting. So we're kind of happy with the way the car's looking. We're going to get it back on the ramp now and get the final geometry set up. So there we are. We've literally in the final phase of getting the suspension set up. We've got the ride height set properly, we've got the cambers set properly, we've got the tracking all done, and it's pretty spot on. I'm really happy with it. Pete's obviously given me the guidance, and he's obviously set it all up for me. He's done all the work on it, and we're literally at the final stage now. We've got to go and do the final checks, do all any bolts that haven't been done up fully, do those up, and then do kind of the final alignment with the Hawkeye, and then obviously take it out, see how it drives, and it should drive spot on. and should look perfect. So yeah, let's get on and get these final stages done, get her back down and get her on the road. So in the final stages, Pete moves on to setting the tracking up. So as you can see here, he's adjusting the front suspension. That'll involve the camber, the cast and the towing before moving to the rears. So as you can see, the rears are set up perfect. Perfect camber, perfect towing. We're now happy with these figures, so Pete moves on to torquing all of the bolts up. Not forgetting the drop links. So it's back down on the floor and we've got everything sorted now. Everything's locked up, and basically what we're going to do is Pete is going to take it up the dual carriageway, make sure the car's handling okay, make sure he's happy with everything, but we've got everything tightened up. So I mean, straight away it looks so much better, it's sitting so much better. It just, yeah, I think they've absolutely smashed it out of the park. There we go, Pete's just come back and the car is driving and handling the way he expects it, which is going to be a lot better than it did before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out for its first test drive. Let's get on with it.
You're not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right?
So out on the road, and how does the car feel? Well, I can tell you for now, absolutely 1,000 times better. It's quite clear that I can fit suspension, but setting it up, well, I'm not going to give up my day job, because to be honest with you, the difference is unbelievable. The car feels more planted. It's literally sitting on the road and it's handling like it's on rails. Now that's a phrase that gets chucked about all over the place. Now this car, yes, it's a big executive car. Yes, it's designed probably more for motorway cruising than throwing around the back lanes, the country lanes that we have in the UK. But to be honest with you, with this setup now, the way it is, the car is absolutely out of this world. So around town it doesn't feel any different. I'm really pleased about that. It doesn't feel too stiff, it doesn't feel too, you know, too over the top in terms of suspension. It literally glides now. It sits down on the road. I'll put my foot down and it just pulls. And it just feels planted. I don't feel like it's tracking in the road. Although we've got the bigger wheels on, at lower speed it does track a little bit, and there is a little bit of tracking where the wheels sit in the grooves on the road, but overall it's absolutely superb. I'm now literally throwing it round country bends and it's just so nimble, it's so planted. So I'm going to tackle the first island. Let's see how she goes round it. Oh my god, this is handling like an absolute dream. It's literally like a hot hatch. It's just gone around that island exactly the way I expected it to after it's been set up. Absolutely superb.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball. I'm a respawn of ancestors and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right?
So this car is coming along in leaps and bounds. Definitely the next phase for this is power upgrade on the engine. Definitely that hybrid turbo, and that's coming really, really soon. So the car's handling fantastically. Just look at the way it's sitting at the back. Absolutely perfect, not too low. Just a little bit of rubber underneath that arch. And again at the front, similar situation. The tyres just touching that lip. The clearance is perfect. Now I could go lower if I wanted to, but I'm not going to be able to drive it. It's just going to hit speed bumps, and this, to be honest, the way it's driving is absolutely perfect.
No, we're not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride. You do better keeping it quiet. My pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened. I like who I am, but I'm biased. The palette is right, and my drip is a fountain. I'm not like these regular guys. All of that talk is misguided. She liked the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grip.
So there we are, guys, the E350 is set up perfect for around town, perfect for motorway driving, and perfect for country lanes. And maybe if I want to take it on the track, it's set up perfect for me to take it on the track, but I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. Now, if you want to know anything about Centre Gravity and what they do, check out the links to their socials in the description below. And if you like what you see, guys, don't forget, smash that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, turn the notifications on, comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.